I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about ear infections and chronic ear infections when they develop into that cycle. So when it comes to ear infections, there's typically two things that usually happen. Number one is your child will get an ear infection and it will be kind of an uneventful thing. They'll have it, they'll have a little bit of pain, and they'll get over it quickly without any medications, any antibiotics, which is great. That's what we all wish for. But unfortunately, the majority of the time, what happens is our child gets an ear infection and it develops into a chronic cycle of illness and disease. Okay, so what that means is it happens multiple times per year, or it happens every single month. It becomes a cycle it becomes difficult for the body to break this cycle. So the homeopathic in regards to the homeopathic method of correcting this, what we do is very simple. There's two types of treatment. You have acute treatment and you have chronic treatment. Okay, so acute treatment is basically when a child has an ear infection, we treat that ear infection at that time. Okay, so we don't do it with supplements, we don't do it with topical application of drops or creams or antibiotics, and we don't do it with supplementation by taking bottles and bottles of supplements. Okay, what we do is we get a deep acting homeopathic medicine and we prescribe based specifically on your child's exact symptoms of that ear condition. Okay, so we don't treat symptoms, but the symptoms of the body are the body's way of communicating with us what the problem is and what medicine it's begging for to correct this problem. So that's basically what we do with homeopathic medicine. So the other aspect, you have the acute treatment and then you have chronic treatment. Chronic treatment is when they're not actually having an ear infection, but they usually get it every 2 months. Let's say they'll get it every 2 months on the day. So what we do is chronic treatment is after acute treatment, and what we do is we break the cycle of these reoccurring ear infections with chronic treatment. Okay, so there's roughly about 52 different chronic ear infection remedies, and only one of them will work on your child. So that's why it's very, very specifically chosen for the symptoms of your child's ear infection. Okay, so when we prescribe this medicine properly, now this isn't a quick fix, this isn't a magic fix, but it is a permanent fix, which very few people could say. Okay, homeopathic medicine is a permanent fix. So when we treat like that, your child's immune system becomes boosted, they become stronger, they get less colds, they get less flus, and most importantly, their ear infections disappear and go away and correct themselves. So you don't have to worry about surgery, you don't have to worry about getting tubes in their ears, you don't have to worry about rounds and rounds of antibiotics. Okay, this is a deep acting medicine that changes lives. So if your child's dealing with chronic ear infections, if you know somebody whose children are dealing with chronic ear infections, give us a call and contact us, and we'll go over their case together, and we'll explain to you how it can completely change their lives and boost their immune system so they can become strong kids.